With the new Wonka movie right around the corner, I decided that it was time to freshen up on the lore by revisiting the Johnny Depp version for some reason. And while looking for this nightmare fuel, I ended up stumbling upon something I never even knew existed: Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for the PS2. And I decided what better way to spend my time than to finish this entire game in one sitting. The game isn't long, in fact it only took me a little over 4 hours to complete, but you'll quickly come to realize that almost all of the gameplay is so repetitive that if you were to take out all of the repeated levels, you'd probably be able to finish this game in about an hour instead. The game begins in the mystical land of Antarctica with our protagonist Paul the alien. We learn Wonka closed his factory, but all of a sudden came back with a couple of golden tickets just like the movie. Although Charlie doesn't have any money to buy a ticket, all of a sudden someone, I guess, just let $10 slip and fly towards him, which he then chases after. This first level just serves to introduce the player to the game's mechanics. Nothing special really, it's just a walk to this location and then to the next. I will say though, these truck drivers need to watch where the hell they are going. Oh shit, yo! What the fuck? But after we collect our fortune, we instantly cut to some real nightmare fuel. I'm sorry, the art style here is just terrifying. And it's not just Charlie, look at the rest of the children. Look at Wonka, my god! I'm glad they switched to Timothy Chalamet, cause Jesus Christ. Also, for some reason, in this world, the other parents were just okay with sending their children into a factory with a psychopath and no company. So like, they just kinda don't exist at all. Except for Grandpa Joe, of course. Speaking of differences, in this game, we don't play as Charlie Bucket. We instead play as the Charlie Bucket. By that I mean we're literally treated like a fucking superhero and are expected to save each of these kids from peril. I know it's a game, so there has to be some form of playability, but I just find it so funny how Wonka makes us save the day like we're fucking Spider-Man. Anyways, in the Chocolate River we're introduced to our little companions, the Oompa Loompas, and I'm sorry, but I decided to look up how tall they were supposed to be, and apparently this is what 4 feet tall looks like. I'm sorry to all the short kings out there. Pretty much the only fun part of this section is the fact that I got to form and command my own little Oompa Loompa army, as long as they didn't get fucking stuck on anything. Anyways, all you do here is just make your Oompa Loompas get back to work and you can move on. It's just an introduction to the mechanic really. But this next section, oh my god, was I an idiot. So we have Oompa Loompa Evolution 2 over here, right? And we have to get him to cut down a tree to retrieve a gobblegum. Then we open up some pipes that we have to actually clog ourselves. I don't know why we opened them up, we just did. And this is where I got stuck for a good 8 minutes. For some reason, I thought the game was just trying to challenge me, so I chose to do some incomprehensible speedrun level strats, thinking I was some kind of fucking genius. I have to just use my massive fucking brain to do this, man. Grandpa Joe, give me a fucking hint.
It looks like all the pressure is escaping.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. Oh my fucking god, Grandpa Joe. Fucking shit, a crow. Of course none of that worked, and I just ended up searching for a walkthrough, and apparently I just needed to get the Oompa Loompa to work on the little white ball right next to me. Holy shit, am I dumb. But after that it was just pretty much a game of pinball, which I can't stress enough how annoying it was. Holy shit, I'm hitting trick shots now. Where the fuck did it go? Get the fuck over here. Where are you going? Oh my god. Don't you dare fall off. Whoa! How? God, why am I just repeating the same fucking levels over and over? Oh, fuck off. Why? The way this fucking map was designed. It's stuck. Okay. Augustus! Anyways, once you sell your soul, you can move on and look at some more horrific animations. Of course, we're not done with our big boy Augustus yet, but honestly, these next 2 sections are so boring, I don't even want to talk about them. One was just walk around and fight some Robocops, and the next was literally just capture some gums and squeaky goos and throw them in a box. But moving on, we get to juice the fuck out of Violet, since she turned into, well, whatever the fuck that thing is. These next sections are not only the same in terms of design, but also tediousness, because for one, these robots have the might of Zeus for some reason, and the game constantly has you running up and down to collect or bring Oompa Loompas with you, and they sometimes just fall off at their own will, and you don't want to run down and waste more time, so you just have one of them work overtime. And what's extremely annoying is that there are different types of Oompa Loompas, so some of the work can only be done by a specific one, and sometimes you only get like 1 or 2 of those, but they give you about fucking 30 levers to switch, so it's just really annoying. But at least I got to knock around Violet like she was some kind of soccer ball. Something I found that was quite funny is that you can call in Grandpa Joe to give you hints anywhere around the game, but if you do it in this room specifically, he's just completely useless.
I don't know, Charlie.
Shut up. You don't know. Anyways, I did technically outsmart the game here, I think. I'm not sure if this was how you were supposed to complete it, but since I couldn't hit this little lever while standing on the platform, I jumped onto the valve to get some more height. And after realizing the platform was going to move, I just had my little Loompas sit in the middle as I'd parkour my way around this tube and guide them to the end. I doubt it was designed that way. I don't think children are as high skilled of a gamer like me enough to pull off that sort of tech. But anyways, after fighting more bots and juicing the hell out of Violet, I moved on to the nut room to save Veruca the meth head. I am sorry, again, just look at her, man. I don't know what was going on with the art style, but holy hell, this level was confusing just for the sake of being confusing. These switches here are supposed to control a part of the conveyor belt, but for some reason, the devs decided to just slap them around randomly in the room in order to create a challenge. Oh. Why is it not stopping? Oh, wait, what the fuck am I doing here? No, wait, no, what am I not doing here? Really, that one? What the hell? What the fuck? Why is it even a thing? And once you get past all of them, you had to knock down squirrels from this tree in order to collect them, but they only give you like 2 or 3 Oompa Loompas to collect 15 fucking squirrels. And with each animation taking about 40 seconds or so, it just wastes so much time for nothing. Well, not nothing, it's to extend playtime so you don't go and refund it. Anyways, you just do this shit twice, again, more repetitive levels, and both times it's the literal exact same thing. And after chasing down Veruca, who somehow hasn't died already, I get to subject myself to about an extra hour of torture. This entire level can just be summarized as puzzles and going back and forth. Literally nothing of interest. In fact, it should only have taken me around 30 minutes max to beat, but I just kept getting distracted in the middle of it. Anyways, I finally get to finish up the game by saving President Mike over here. This room was so white, I felt like I was in heaven. And it didn't help that my monitor couldn't balance the colors correctly, so it was kind of hard to see where I was going. But I can summarize this entire final level with one word: collecting. The first floor has these switches that need to be powered by Oompa Loompas, but of course there are none on the first floor. So you go up this pipe to another room where you collect some Loompas and thingamabobbers. You go up another pipe to collect some more, go up another pipe to collect some more. You get the idea. Funnily enough, I ended up finding a way to get outside of the map for a second, so any speedrunners, you know, hit me up and I'll give you that tutorial. But after you power up this little thing, the game just literally just ends. They really didn't put much effort into that. I also love how Willy Wonka didn't even give him a choice. He just gave Charlie the factory and fucked off. Anyways, I'd rate Charlie in the Charlie factory for the PS2 a glowing 3 golden tickets out of 10. For the simple reason that 99% of the game is literally the same level copy and pasted over and over again, where the only fun I had was when the game was screwing up a bit. The only reason I'm not putting it any lower is because I was actually able to finish this game, unlike many of the other games I've tried to make this kind of video with already. And as for the story, I mean, it exists and that's basically about it. It's nothing like the movie other than the children's misfortune, as I don't remember Super Charlie over here going out of his way to save the day or anything. But then again, it's a game based off a movie with no real action other than the kids, you know, getting game ended. And yeah, that's about all I have to say, really. I just wanted to experiment with a gameplay / review sort of video, so if you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike so I know to improve or never do it again. Subscribe also, comment down below how much you're Willy and you're Wonka right now. I've been Wonka's Willy, you've been watching a Tim Burton special, and ciao ciao.